Going on, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Make sure we got some volume, man. If we gonna get into this, we're gonna get into this one because this one is the real deal. Um, y'all see the title. Y'all see the title. So once you see the title, it lets you know the topic. I appreciate y'all swinging through on this Friday night. We're not gonna waste much time. Anybody that happens to come in a little bit later on, they will have to go back and be sure to catch up from the beginning. But I would try to lay out an intro that gives enough people a sufficient amount of time to come in so we can tackle this. And I'm gonna need y'all to really chime in and and help me tackle this subject because the disrespect is at a max level. And until some of these cats understand how disrespectful and how ungrateful certain comments and certain mindsets are, then we'll continue to have these kind of conversations because the comment that DJ Academics made in terms of the pioneers of hip hop being broke and dusty and all that, you know, unfortunately, that comment doesn't just resonate in hip hop. It really speaks to how a lot of people think all the way across the board as it relates to other parts of life, as it relates to us throughout history. Because originators and pioneers have always been disrespected. And even if they are not directly verbally disrespected, they have been neglected, forgotten, ignored, written out of history in a lot of ways. And that in itself is another form of disrespect. So when you look at what this guy said and the arrogance that is attached to a statement like that, the ignorance that's attached to a statement like that, it needs to be addressed by anybody who has the understanding enough to address it. Now, will it change the way that he and others may think? We don't know. But what I do believe it can do, it can educate others who may be coming up or people who may think like that, but they haven't expressed it outwardly. It may give them a sense of understanding of why it's very insensitive and very stupid to say something like that. Everything that he has going on in his life is a result of hip hop, is a direct result of what pioneers of a totally unheard of genre at that time built. People who started from the ground up with nothing, doing this art form that they created only because they loved to do it. There was no avenues or channels or lanes in existence that would lead to them instantly hitting the ground making money, instantly hitting the ground accumulating fame and popularity. There was no such thing as that. The only thing that it was in the beginning was the art form. You know how the preacher be preaching say, the Bible says in the beginning was the word. And the word was with God, and the word was God. In the beginning, it wasn't nothing but the art form. And those who started it, they did it because they loved it. Now, it ended up growing into this multi-billion-dollar industry because it took off so strong in the streets, and then people started, everybody was doing it, and all of a sudden, people decided, oh man, we can make a record out of this. And once the industry snakes, once the industry devils saw that, we can make some money off of this. So everything that you see today, any social media platform, any radio show, any interview forum, any type of setup like that, any concert, any magazine, a different type of publication, anybody who has a voice to speak on anything that's hip hop related owes a debt of respect and a debt of gratitude to all of what we refer to as the founding fathers and founding mothers of this genre and of this whole hip hop culture. And that's just the bottom line facts. So there should never be a time where any individual who has benefited and is currently benefiting from what hip hop built, there should never be a time that you say anything disrespectful like the pioneers of hip hop look dusty and they broke. They ain't got no money. Well, it's a few reasons why they may not have any money, why they may not be on in the financial bracket that you may feel they should be on, because you coming off surprised. I mean, I see some of these pioneers. I'm like, wow, like, what did you expect? Because that statement, in terms of the financial aspect of it, that can be applied to any genre of music. We can go all the way back. We can go all the way back to the 20s, 30s, whenever there was a music industry, there were individuals who took advantage of the artists who were the actual revenue generators. They took advantage of the ignorance of the artists not knowing the business and not knowing how to protect themselves in a way that it would set them up comfortably financially. That goes back to R&B, jazz, blues, rock and roll. We invented all that stuff. All the way up to hip hop is no different. But from a different standpoint, I spoke on this a little bit about it on a video I made today, as y'all hit the like button when you come in. On a different note, you have to understand the history of practically every innovation, every invention, every creation that's ever come down the pipe. 99% of the time, those individuals who were responsible for building it, 99% of the time, they don't benefit from it. And I don't just mean not benefiting from it in terms of money. They don't even benefit from it in terms of just simply receiving credit. Now, hip hop is a little better than a lot of other genres, because you'll hear about the Cool Hercs of the world. You'll hear about the Grandmaster Flashes of the world, the Jazzy J's and the Busy Bees and the greats that started this genre. You'll hear those names mentioned all the way up to the Melly Mel's and the Curtis Blows. And, we just go down, we can just start running down the list. We'll be here forever. But even though you may hear those names a lot, they still don't get lifted up enough to where, if they were lifted up enough by the current generation of star rappers, it could possibly lead to opportunities for them, because there's no pension plan, there's no type of setup 401k for rappers, retirement plan for rappers, where those brothers that started back in the 70s and even into the 80s, there's nothing set up for them that takes care of them monetarily. It's nothing there. So when there was nothing there when you started this rap thing, this hip hop thing, there was nothing there. Then they had to watch it grow and build up to see other artists come in and enjoy massive levels of commercial success and even underground success. And time had passed them by in terms of people recognizing the value or any value in them that could have got them a piece of that action. What do? So what goes through your mind and through your heart when you know that you were one of the building blocks, you were one of the foundational pieces that helped to grow a $1 billion industry into what we see it as today, and you ain't got nothing, you haven't got nothing out the pot? See, that got to be a tough thing to wrestle with every day for those brothers. For the first brother who ever brought out the turntables and was mixing the records and looping the record, manually looping the records to make them, to keep the beat going. Wasn't no rap records, wasn't no rap. They were inventing it. So they was taking old R&B records and with a groove to it and just looping it and starting back over. Then the MC get on the mic and start freestyling, coming off the dome. See, all this is the evolution of what we have today, before they was even putting it on a record. So how would that make you feel? See, a lot of times you got to look. I talk about from time to time, like Black inventors. See? And you have a lot of everyday inventions that are used in everyday life in America and in the world as a whole. And a lot of those inventions were invented by Black people whose ideas were stolen from them, and they never got the credit. And somebody else made all the money, stole the patent, stole the idea, because they made it at a time where the knowledge wasn't there, the rights were not in place for them to protect themselves, and it just got stolen, or in a slick way, or just taken. See? So people go to their grave, they die knowing, well, man, Black man invented the technology. He invented the cell phone technology. Black man invented the freaking tee that you swing in the golf club, the tee that you stick in the ground. All these different things that are so important in everyday use, but somebody else made all the money and somebody got all the credit. Music is no different. Music is the same way. So somebody comes along and builds and establishes something, somebody else comes later and gets all the credit, and they don't pay homage for a couple of reasons. Because what I'm not going to do also, I'm not going to condemn any of our young artists, would say, which just to throw them all in the boat and say that they don't pay homage. Man, the young people don't pay homage. No, we can't say that. We can say some of them, just like some of the older generations disrespect the young people. So it goes both ways. But If they're not paying homage, it's for two reasons. It's because number one, they in their ego. Hey, I'm what's popping now. I ain't worried about what's happening back then. Or number two, they don't know the history. So you can't fault somebody for something that they don't know. So if they don't know the history, then the obligation has to fall on somebody to teach them the history, and it has to fall on them to want to learn it. Right? So then once you get that, then now the playing field is level to say, well, man, yeah, I know how this thing started. So I got to give credit where it's due. I got to give props to the OGs who started this thing on every level, from the very first person who brought some turntables outside, all the way up to the first person to put a record out. I don't care if you talk about Sugar Hill Gang or Curtis Blow or Super Rhymes, Jimmy Spicer, whoever it is. Every milestone in this thing led to you being able to sit on a podcast and talk trash about the pioneers and the OGs. So this is what you use your platform to do, and why? This is like it's funny. So you're only important if you got money. That's the only way that you deserve any type of respect or credibility. Is like you got to have some money. And that thought has been wired into society, particularly in the hip hop culture. It's been hardwired into our mindset. It's been uploaded into our thinking. So now this whole culture is just littered with people who just base anything that's connected to success. It has to be, you got to have some money. Or even worse, all you got to do is look like you got some money. Because most of these cats that you think got money, they don't. They don't. I think that my chat typically consists of an older demographic, age demographic. So we talking on that. I get a lot of young people in here. I'll see them sometimes we do an age check. But a lot of times, a lot of y'all in here just keeping it real. A lot of y'all are 30 and up. Probably some mid to late 20s in here, but a lot of y'all are 30 and up. So y'all understand where I'm coming from. But on the same token, we've been wired like that really since we was young. Because I can remember being in school and people like, they look down at your shoes and they give you that look. And they don't treat you the same way if they don't feel like your wardrobe is on a level that deserves some respect. That's where all the ranking and cracking jokes come from, mostly because of clothes. Yeah, look at your shoes though. Yeah. You wore that shirt 3 days this week. That's where most of the roasting comes from. They gonna go with your looks. They gonna talk about your head and they'll talk about your mom and your daddy. But a lot of the roasting comes from the clothes, what you have, or how broke you are. So we spend so much time trying to validate or give ourselves this importance, not based on the intellect, not based on the things that we are able to accomplish, that we pull out of our mind, but based on the material things that we are able to accumulate. So if y'all ranked on my shoes all throughout school, if I was poor and couldn't really afford the name brand stuff, then that drills something into my head that, man, at some point in my life, when I get old enough, when I'm able to sustain myself, the one thing you're not going to ever do is catch me in no beat up shoes. And that's a good way to be motivated, but it can't be the end all be all. It can't just be, well, this is what it's all about. It just be like, yeah, y'all ain't gonna be laughing my shoes no more. But it's gonna be a lot of other things that you're not gonna be able to laugh about, or not, you're not gonna be able to bring me down about. But our culture is hardwired to think that if you ain't got no money, you ain't important. So people will say, well, man, hey man, you see that dude right there? That's the dude who, boy, he the first one to do this and blah, blah, blah. He the one that started the such and such, such and such. Somebody gonna say, he got some money. He don't even like he got no money. What did it have to do with anything? I was telling you what he did, what he brought. He created something. He brought something to the table that did not exist. This man is an innovator. This man is a gifted human being. And the first thing you think about is, oh, he look broke. And that's his car? Really, all that you saying? He lived there? Oh, wow. He must ain't do too much. No, it ain't that he didn't do too much. It's more so the fact that timing plays a big role in positioning. Say it again. The timing of which you, when you come in, when you do whatever it is you do, timing plays a role in the position that you end up in. So you got a lot of people who was born 1935, born in 1935. By the time he was 20 years old, he was a football star playing in the NFL or whatever it was at that time. But in 1955, they weren't making a lot of money. They'd have made $3,000 a season, maybe. But in 2022, they're making 22 million a year, 30 million a year, 18, 25 million a year. And they may not have been as talented as Jim Brown. Ain't too many running backs in the league today better than Jim Brown was back in the 50s and in the 60s. Ain't too many players in the league now today that were better than Wilt Chamberlain was in the 50s and the 60s. Elgin Baylor. If you know anything about the NBA player Elgin Baylor, he played in the 50s and the 60s. He is credited as being the first high flyer, the first dude to get the rock and just come through the air and do something live with it, the hang time defense that he hang time and float that thing. He was the first one doing that. Reverse layups and all that. But by the time Michael Jordan come along, sometimes I dream that he is me. It's all about Mike. But Elgin Baylor paved the way for that. Is it Mike's fault? Nah. But at the very least, Michael Jordan got to say, well, hey, man, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for people like Oscar Robertson, Elgin Baylor. See, you see where I'm going with this? Y'all see where I'm going with this? So it's not DJ Academic's fault that he was born whenever it was he's born, whatever old he is. I'm sure he's a young guy. No, it's not your fault you came along when you did. But you benefited from the time that you came along in, because guess what? Now you have platforms, whether they are self-made. You could say, well, man, I self-made. I built, I started it. That's cool. But it still is rooted in the foundation of hip hop that was laid by DJs that came before you, rappers that came before you. How old is DJ Academics? Anybody know? Does anybody in this chat, can y'all pull that up? I just want to know how old the brother is. Anybody got any information? I'll wait on that because I'm trying to make a point. Platinum and Gold TV says he's like 30. Okay, so if he's 30 years old, 30, 31, okay. Let's give him that extra year, y'all. If he's 31, that means that he was probably born in 90, 91, right? 90, 91. Now, I've seen a lot of y'all putting y'all age on here earlier. So for those of us who've been around and been watching this hip hop thing develop probably since the late 70s, I can speak for myself. I was exposed to it in the late 70s. First rap record I heard was Sugar Hill Gang Rapper's Delight. And I was listening to Curtis Blow, These Are the Breaks, and all these songs all the way up to Run DMC Hard Times and It's Like That and all that. Grandmaster Flash, The Message, Don't Push Me, Cause I'm Close. I grew up listening to that. So I'm saying that if this brother was born in 1991, those of us who are old enough to remember, what state was hip hop in 1991? Hip hop was popping in 1991. That is the time frame where people would argue is the golden age, the golden era of hip hop, because it was just coming into the mainstream. More and more artists were just coming into the mainstream. So in 1991 means that you weren't even born in 1990. You wasn't even born when Eric B and Rakim came out. You wasn't born when Follow the Leader dropped. You wasn't born when Criminal Minded by Boogie Down Productions dropped, or Big Daddy Kane, or Too Short, the Ghetto Boys, NWA. Who else am I missing? Ice-T, MC Lyte, Latifah. You weren't even born when this stuff dropped. And this is some of the most iconic hip hop to ever hit any ears ever. Still classic, right? So it disqualifies you, not because you were not born, but simply because that time when you came into existence was the time where rap was just popping on its highest level. Everybody was just new. Everybody was coming in, bringing something different to the table. You should have respect for that. I would be bragging. I'm like, man, the year I was born is when hip hop, I ain't know nothing about it, but that's when it really got popping. I crack a joke. When I was born is when it really got popping. So to disrespect that, we gotta change our way of thinking in those regards. We gotta change our way of thinking, because I said earlier that it goes beyond just hip hop. To have that mentality, even if it's just about hip hop, you actually have that mentality all the way around the board, in my opinion. Because how many of our grandmothers and grandfathers worked like dogs coming up back in the days when the rights that we have today did not exist? Grew up picking cotton. See, that's not a far-fetched statement for somebody that's my age, when I can speak about my grandmother and grandfathers and that actually picked cotton. right? Great grandmothers, and that was like something that's reality to me. Not that I was picking no cotton, but to hear my own grandmother and grandmas, oh yeah, we picked cotton. Like, man, we picked cotton. They picked cotton. See, so the evolution of that, the men, your granddaddy that had to go out and work hard jobs for little pay, come home tired and dirty and beat up and wore out every day, then get up the next day and do it again. So when they came home, I'm sure they looked a little dusty, right? They was dusty for real, just in a literal sense, because they doing hard manual labor. See? So you disrespecting all of that. You disrespecting the principle of that kind of work, that kind of effort, because they were doing it so life could be better for you. Now, as far as hip hop goes, I'm certain the pioneers, they didn't know. I don't think they thought that this thing would get like it got. Because I believe if they knew, if they had that kind of foresight, they would have been on top of the game as far as the business side and all of that. They would have made sure. Boys would have been branding back in the 70s and 80s. But they didn't know, but it still turned out that way. It still turned out that way to where it's like, shh, the efforts they put in made it better for you, for me, and all in between. See? Because they ain't got no money. Or maybe they don't have no money because people like you won't say, well, man, you know what? I got a pretty big platform. Since my platform is so big, let me bring on some of the pioneers. Let me have a hip hop pioneer spotlight on my platform every week while I bring in one of the OGs and give some history and let my audience become familiarized with who this person is and let my million followers or whatever you might have say, hey man, this is one of the brothers who made it possible for whoever your favorite rapper is. This one of the people who made it possible for you to hear your favorite rapper. Why not do that? That would lead to, see, my thing always has been, you ain't never got to give me no money. If you like a big time, big name, whatever you are, you ain't got to give me no money. But if you claim you got love for me, or if you claim I influenced you, or I inspired you, just get on one of them big platforms and say that. That's all I need. But you use your platform to disrespect them. That's real wise. The money came later on. The first thing that came was the idea. The idea came first. The idea is the essence of the whole thing. So the first thought came out, like, man, we're going to do this thing. We don't even know what we calling it. We just out here in the park spinning these records and rapping on the mic. That's the essence of it. Then the work that was put into it, the effort that was put into it, eventually led to people making money off of it. And even the brothers and sisters that made a little money back in the days, because as it got popular, yeah, boys got shows and people put out some records and all that. Still don't compare to what's going on now. The revenue that was being generated then doesn't compare to the revenue that's being generated now. There was no such thing as streaming. There was no such thing as downloads and Apple Music and iTunes and Amazon. There was no such thing as all that, where this thing is generating billions and billions of dollars. Yeah, they weren't even on CDs. Disrespectful, man. Disrespectful, man. And shout out to LL Cool J for stepping in and checking that dude. Because like I said on the video I made earlier, you know, to me, LL was one of the more qualified people to step in and say what he said, because he's from the old school. He came along in the 80s, but he's from the old school, but he's bridged the gap from the old to the current era because LL is still relevant. He's still immersed in the culture. Even though there's a whole generation that don't even really know LL from rapping, they know him from doing TV. Just like with Ice-T. Just like with Ice Cube in some respects. But LL ain't broke. So his words gonna carry a little more weight than if one of the pioneers themselves would have came out and said it. Because LL understands that chain. He understands what those pioneers did for him and the inspiration that was instilled in him through listening to those dusty pioneers. He understands that he was shaped, just like many of us were shaped by some of those rappers. These are some of the greatest rappers of all time. But you don't see them on the list when the lists come out. Because everything is about what's going on now. Everything is about who got the money or who look like they got the money. Fool, having a lot of money don't mean you the best artist. Definitely don't mean you're a better person because you got a lot of money. Some of the people with the money, man, they are the worst types of people, man. Because they think that the money they have makes them better than you because you may not have bread like that. They look down on you. He's better because he got money. That's an ignorant way of thinking. When you have an enemy at the top of the food chain in terms of being in control of this whole world and all of the industries that exist under the umbrella of this current world, you got an enemy that controls all that. And he has shown many times over that even when you have money, he can tear you down. He can put you in a position where your money will not save you because he's the one who gave you the money. So what are you talking about? You praising the money. You praising the guy who looks like he got the most bread. Well, I done seen a bunch of black people, black men and women get tore down to nothing and had all the money in the world. Reputation ruined. And in this current cancel culture that we live in now, it only take a one little zig when you should have zagged and you done. See it every day. So you're a fool to equate success with money. You're a fool to dismiss the contributions of those who caused you to get the money. Everything you got is on the backs of the pioneers, man. I don't even normally talk about this type of stuff. But we can't let ignorance just slide like that, man. A lot of these cats, they don't care nothing about this type of conversation. They'll double down on what they're saying because there's never been a situation where they've been put in a position to be humbled. And the mindset that we should always have, let me give y'all some quick game real quick. The mindset that we should always have is that we should be humble before we get humbled. That's the mindset. It don't make you weak. It just makes you reflective and cognizant of your blessings. You ain't nobody. I ain't nobody. I don't care if I got $2 billion. I'm nobody. Except what God allows me to be, what he permits me to be, or what he blesses me to be through my own work and my own efforts. And even then, you should remain humble. Because the flip side to that is, Mr. Academics, you may have a little bread. You might be doing all right. But it was a lot of people from the golden age, from back in the days, that had money. Everybody wasn't just running around broke. There was a lot of artists and DJ that was doing good. They was popping, hottest thing smoking. But situations occurred. Time passes. Record deals were lost. But the buzz dies down. The audience move on to other artists, and you're not as hot as in. And then at some point, your light goes out. And the phone ain't ringing as much no more. You're not getting booked as much. You're not getting called as much. You're not getting interviewed as much. The label drops you. All these different things happen. So even people that may have had money, it just slowly may have dwindled. So you are in a position currently where you might be that dude. You might be, hey man, I'm getting it now. But you don't know where you're gonna be 5 years from now. You don't know. Not wishing nothing bad on you. Hey, look, hey. But you don't know. People have had way more and lost way more. Money, 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 man. A lot of people that got bread, they ain't even worked for it. See, this is the mindset. This is when your vision is so narrow. You have a narrow view of the world and what you deem to be success, when we should actually have what's called a panoramic view all the way around. Just the whole you should have the whole 360 view. So you look at people and say, ooh, that's success right there. See that car, that's success. See that house, that's success. See all that jewelry he got on, that's success. That boy got a woman on each arm, that's success. Nah, that ain't success. Success is creating a legacy and establishing something that will outlive you. If that generated you some money, beautiful. But when you got the money, what did you do with it? Even if you made $10 billion, if you did not use some of that money to improve the condition of others, then your money don't mean nothing. That was for you. That's trash. A lot of people were successful or made successful because of the efforts and behind the scenes work of other people that never got the credit. So everything ain't always what it looks like. Be careful, man. Be careful who you laugh at. Will make you laugh or make you cry. Ain't that's what mama used to say? Be careful who you laugh at. Oh, it's funny now. That gives me a moment to plug my new album, Tell a K Nieces. And this plug ain't coming out of left field. The reason why I'm plugging this because I got a song on this album, man. It's called The Tables. I want y'all to go on YouTube and listen to it if you haven't heard it already. But furthermore, I want you to go get this album if you haven't already. Go on iTunes and get the album or any of the platforms. It don't matter. Go get it. Or if you want the CD, go to southparkcoalition.net. But I got a song on this album called The Tables. Who's familiar with the song on my album? The people who really rock with me, y'all know what that song, The Tables, is about, right? Reminds me of what DJ Academics is, what's coming out of his mouth. Reminds me of that. The tables. Why is it called the tables? Because we all have heard the term growing up. Yeah, man, you know what? Yeah, you acting like that now, but at any moment, the tables can turn. The tables can turn. And when the tables turn, all that means is, yeah, what you are today, it can flip around and you'll be the opposite of that tomorrow. Go listen to that song, man. Don't get caught up in your current status. Don't become intoxicated and arrogant by your current status because you're not promised to be in that position tomorrow, dude. And if the good Lord bless you to still be here 15, 20 years from now, what will be your thought process when some young cat looks at you and call you dusty? Don't think like that. Too many people have had it and made the mistake of thinking that they always were gonna have it. Now you can always have it, but there's certain levels of maintenance that have to be performed on success. You have to maintain your success based on doing all the right things, making certain moves, not making certain moves that'll mess you up. And you can maintain your success. You have to perform maintenance. It's like your car. You driving your car around, you ain't getting your oil changed. You ain't making sure your engine is in good shape. Check engine light coming on. You just not maintaining. And then when the car break down, you're like, man, what's going on? I don't understand. You have to maintain success. But that comes with humility. So when you talk about other people like that, because you up, you're not acknowledging the reason why you up. You ain't waking up every day thanking God like, whew, God, thank you. Because guess why? Guess why, God? Guess why I'm thanking you? One of the main reasons, because I know it didn't have to be this way for me. You could have gave somebody else this blessing. You gave it to me. Thank you. Now I have to do everything in my power to make sure that I show my appreciation by not being an a-hole to people who may not have it like I got it. Because your blessing, see, your blessing is a test. See, the Creator will give you something just to see how you gonna handle it. You thinking it's because you so good and so righteous. See? See, a lot of times your wealth and your success and things you accumulate, it's not tied into you being righteous or me being righteous. Let me see how he do. If I put him in this position, let me see how he do. Now, see, soon as I gave him that money, look how he treat people now. Look how he act with his own family now. Oh, look at her. Look at her. She too good now. She turn her nose up. She don't even speak to people. No, she don't even come around no more. Let me get that off you. Give me that blessing back. You ain't ready. You ain't worthy. That man asked you for $1. That man wanted something to eat. He wasn't no dope fiend. He wasn't gonna smoke it. He asked you for some food. He ain't asked you for no money. You looked at that man and cussed him out and told him to go get a job. And you had $800 in your pocket. Give me that blessing back. The tables. See? You're only important if you got money. Give it to 100 likes, man. If y'all ain't hit the like button, hit it already, man. If y'all ain't hit it already, go on, hit it right now, man. I'm finna go into these comments and see what y'all talking about. Click the like button right now if you haven't did it, man. I'm gonna scroll back a little ways just to see what kind of wisdom y'all dropping on this. I want to shout out to Travel and Work Channel. Appreciate the donation, man. Dope lyric offering. Grab you by the shirt and boomerang and toss you off the earth. That's right. Phoenix the MC. I appreciate the love, Phoenix. Thank you for the donation, man. Michelle Woods, eternally blessed. Some of them get the money with no integrity. You should see the stuff they do, anything to get it. And not just do anything to get it, anything to keep it. See, integrity is the key word, what you just said. Character. You have to have certain traits in you that make you understand that as much as we all out here trying to grind and get some bread, it's not all about the money. It's not. You have people that tell you, man, if it ain't about no money, I ain't trying to hear what you're talking about. If you ain't talking money, man, I don't speak your language. It's people that think like that. Man, I ain't doing nothing with you. They ain't paying me. There ain't no money involved. Nah, it's for the kids, man. Like, oh well. Like, you ain't gonna do it for the kids. See? Never disrespect those who made it possible for you to do what you're doing, man. That's just the reality of it. There are people, see, it's kind of like a parent relationship. I've seen instances where people have just really disrespected their own parents, have said some nasty stuff about their parents, man. And when you say, well, come on, man, come on, bro, that's your mama, man. Don't talk about your mama like that. Man, my mama ain't never did nothing. That's my mama. She ain't no mother to me. Or he ain't no father to me. He ain't never. And then you say, okay, I understand. I know where you coming from. Because you got some pain in you based on a parent dropping the ball. Because mamas and daddies ain't always perfect. Yeah, they mess up too. They on dope too. They parents get jealous of their children and parents beat and abuse. Yeah, we know some of the parents is messed up. But on the smallest level, you should at least just acknowledge and say, well, you know what? Yeah, my mama messed up, but she brought me here to even acknowledge that she messed up. I have the opportunity to not be like her. or not be like my daddy. I got the opportunity to go in the opposite direction of them and reverse whatever it is going on. And even if you feel in the pain, don't go out your way at every turn to talk crazy about your mom and your daddy. Still have that respect. Now that's on the extreme level, but sometimes it's not as advanced as that. It's like, well, me and my mama, we just don't see eye to eye on certain things. And okay, but you still respect them, and you're not gonna publicly say nothing out of pocket. This dude publicly gets on a platform and disrespect. Man, look, I'm gonna tell you something. I've had a couple of experiences with one of the greatest original founders of hip hop. Just some lightweight stuff, nothing major. Something that like rubbed me the wrong way. Lightweight stuff. You'll never hear me speak on it and go in on it. You'll never hear that come out of my mouth, ever. Because even in my private moments, when I think about it, I go, well, that dude, oh my gosh. But guess what? I still pay homage, man. Still salute. Because without him and others, I wouldn't be doing what I do. I wouldn't be able to shamelessly plug my album and tell y'all to go get it. Because his vision came to life and planted seeds that grew into all of us, artists and fans. So I have no hate or no disrespectful words to say. Even if I can say, well, I ain't feeling him personally. But artistically, salute. A lot of us can't separate those two. I don't like you on one level. I don't respect nothing you did on this level. See what y'all talking about, man. Nayeli says, unfortunately, money makes the world go round. Well, people make the world go round. It's just the fact that the powers that be have made money the object of worship to the people. But like I said earlier, everything that we see, the majority of it was born just from the love of it. This man, I wanted to see if I could build a flying machine, an airplane. These guys invent the airplane, and now airline is a multi-billion-dollar business. Anything that comes along is going to be monetized. You can just come up with something for fun. You could be minding your business. If you got a son or a daughter, and your son or daughter come up with some cool little, neat little toy, they just make up something that they like to do and like to play with, then it catches on in the neighborhood, and somebody get wind of it, they're gonna be ready to take your child and hey man, hey, we can make you a millionaire, we can do this. They're gonna market and try to make money off of everything. But who sung that song, People Make the World Go Round? People make the world go round. It ain't money, it's the people. The devils come in and confuse things with money, because money is their God. Money is the devil's God. See? And they've turned us and made it become ours. That's why we look at people and look them up and down. If your shoes ain't right, shirt kind of wrinkled up, your car a little raggedy, they don't respect you because the respect is tied into the money, the materialism. What if you got the latest outfit on, the latest name brand? That's where the respect is tied in. We missing the mark. Got to change the thought process. We got to change the focus. People make the world go round. Boom, 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 boom. Y'all don't know nothing about that? Boom, 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 boom. See, some of these guys, man, they say stuff for shock value. They say stuff for views. But when you do that, man, again, you worshiping money. How are you worshiping money when you do that? Because the views equate to the money. So, man, if I gotta say something outrageous to get people talking about me, to get people look. But man, that's a dangerous game to play, man. People will bump you off behind this hip hop, man. And there's nothing worse than already feeling slighted, feeling disrespected, feeling underserved in something that you built. Did somebody come along and call you dusty? Bankhead One says disrespect put out has a negative effect. They'll find out, just like back in the days, no different. The tables, man. Salute to LL Cool J. Zero Budget Development says, I think all those platforms have fragmented the fans and the distribution. And it creates a materialistic minded culture. That culture was already something that we were going to war with. Because when you watch the videos, it's this, that. Look at me, look at me, look at me. You watch them in the interviews. Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Look what I got on. Look what this, look what I got. So some 12-year-olds at the house going, oh, okay, I got to look like that. I got to have that to be successful, to be somebody. My self-esteem is tied into that. And if nobody comes along to balance that and say, no, sir, no, it's not. No, baby girl, no, it's not. You don't have to be butt naked to be respected. Don't fall for that. Y'all drop y'all locations, man. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Public Enemy. Somebody else put X Clan. And see, that's another thing. It's like, man, people sacrificed in this, man. See, there are types of rap music that rappers who perform that kind of music, they know it ain't much money in it. But the message has greater value than the money. Because the message is intended to save the lives of our troubled youth out here that's being influenced negatively by the other messages. So it's a war. So there are people who will say, man, I got to drop some consciousness, man. I know too much. I'm obligated to speak what I know, to speak what I learned, to try to give life-saving information instead of death-causing information. So we see all of these robberies. You see people getting murdered over jewelry. You see people getting murdered for flossing and showing out and all this different stuff, man. All because somebody else is looking at them and saying, man, I don't have that, but I want that. So let me go get that off of you because you got it. So this whole culture, this murder culture, is all, well, partly rooted in the worship of money and material things that we think validate us being somebody. So you come out and say the pioneers look dusty, which we need to teach a lot of the new cats to look dusty as a protective measure. Can't be walking around with all that jewelry on, man. Can't be walking around just showing off everything. You can't do that, man. See? Marcus Lang, we talking about the golden era. He said that's when the SPC was becoming known. Gangsta Nip. That's right. We was coming up in that time too. Let me go back. Let me come back to the modern day. I done went back too far. Let me see. Let me shout y'all locations out real quick, man. Where you at? Where you at? Ontario, Canada up in this thing. Wisconsin. Beham, Alabama. West Side, Houston. Houston again, North Carolina. We all over the place. Lisa, what you know about the stylistics? People make the world go round. Boom, 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 tsh. Boogie Down Bronx up in this thing. I see your Fire Dragon. Boogie Down Bronx, ain't that the birthplace of hip hop? Fire Dragon. Houston again. We got a lot of H-Town in the building. South Granville, Sydney, Australia. Detroit, Michigan in the building. Cali. Codeine. Fayetteville. New York and Michigan half my life, but I'm up in Canada. You just all over the place. Cream. Richmond, Texas. Cincinnati, Ohio. Currently in Kuwait. San Antonio. I'll be in San Antonio next month, Jimmy. I'm hosting an event in San Antonio, Texas, man. I have more information. The UK, NYC, and North Carolina. Boston, Massachusetts. Dean says, how many copies of the comic are being printed? We start with 100 copies, man, of the comic book, limited edition. So if y'all haven't ordered the comic book, do so right now. I'm gonna stay on subject though. I'll put a link to get the comic book if y'all haven't ordered it. Fargo, North Dakota. Perth, Australia. Already. Rosenberg, Texas. We got to stop instilling that in our children, man. Because this dude is young, man. Academics, he a young dude. compared to me and a few others. He's a young dude. So maybe he just really believes that. Maybe, if they broke, it's because we dropped the ball. I don't care what nobody's, man, they might have had money. They blew their own money. Hey, man, there need to be something in place for our OGs. It's no way that should be $1 billion industry and these brothers and sisters is around here struggling. And because this is what you got to understand about the early pioneers of hip hop. Some of them brothers is like in their 60s. This, we ain't talking about, oh, he's 45. And no, if they was out there in the 70s, the early 70s creating this, then they was grown. They was in their prime. They was 18, 19, 20. These brothers is in their 60s now. So to not have some kind of safety net, it's a tough thing, man. We got to link up and educate and be willing to be educated. We can't be locked up in our egos and our arrogance, man. Because I got 500,000 followers and 1 million, 2 million subscribers. I think I run the world. Man, them subscribers are, as soon as them folks cancel you, as soon as you say one wrong thing out of pocket. See, because we can talk about each other. We can go in on each other all day long. They're not going to have no problem with that. They're going to sit back and just be like, listen to these guys. They don't have no problem with that. But the second you start going in on them, you can lose it all your followers, all that. It'll be gone. But certain individuals, they know where their bread is buttered, so they already know. You already know certain ones will never stand up on certain principles or certain topics and speak on issues that directly affect us and that could change the world, that could bring awareness to your 500,000, 2 million followers. You don't want to play like that, because boss man might get mad. I got a song on my album about that. It's called You Better Not Say It. Meaning whatever you think you want to say in your mind about checking this devil, you better not say it. Because he'll run you right out the game. Said Madonna told you in the 80s we were living in a material world. The problem is that there is no requirement to have any knowledge of the history of the subject they speaking on. It's all on how I feel and opinion basis. And hot takes like they do on sports. You say something so outrageous that it's going to make everybody get mad and, oh man, I can't believe. And that's the objective of it, to make everybody flip out. So Thinking Man of 1978, that's a great point that you make, is that there's no mandatory requirement that you have to learn history. And I've said this on a few occasions, is that anytime you come into anything, you should be required to go through a course of study to know the history of it. You will gain a greater appreciation when you know the history of it. It'll make you better. And I don't need to know the history of nothing. I can just come in. Yeah, you can. But you should want to be better. You should have a better appreciation. Picture somebody who discovers the history of their family lineage. Y'all went to ancestry.com or something, right? And your only natural recollection or the natural memory of your family goes back so far. It only goes back to your great grandmother. You know your mama, you know your grandma, and you might have knew your great grandmother depending on how long they lived and all this different stuff. But just say you only made it to great grandma or grandma, right? Then all of a sudden you say, well, man, I want to go first. I need to know where I'm from. I want to go all the way back. So you go through one of these things and they tell you, well, man, this is your great uncle such and such. He was born in 1802 and he moved to Mississippi back in 1831, and he was running from these people, and he did this, and he started this business, and he built this from the ground up, and they was trying to kill him. And then you start learning all this history. And this is your grandma. See, she married him and she held it down. And you start learning all this stuff. You naturally develop a greater appreciation. It's like, man, my family did all that. Like, wow. Or if you're blessed to have somebody in your family that can go back and tell you all this, pull out a photo book and say, yeah, this your Uncle Travis right here, see. Would none of us be alive if it wasn't for Uncle Travis, see. Dude tried to come in the house one time and Travis killed all of them. And 2 months later, your great grandmother got pregnant and had your grandmother and that's how you hear. You have a better appreciation when you learn the history. That's how we should be with anything we love. I don't care if you're a rapper or not. You still want to know. You still should want to know. Well, man, I love this genre. How did this whole thing develop? Watch some old hip hop documentaries or some current hip hop documentaries. It's a real good documentary that your big brother happens to be on. It's called Hip Hop Evolution. It's on Netflix. Now, normally I don't like to do commercials for folks who ain't showing me no love like that, but hey, it's a good teaching tool because the brother went all around the country and he talked to everybody from the pioneers all the way to the currents at that time. So if you ever got time, go on Netflix and watch the documentary called Hip Hop Evolution. If you want to see the one that I'm on, the episode is called The Southern Way, because when he came down south, he interviewed a lot of the Southern hip hop rappers, but that's a good teaching tool. Go watch a documentary that Ice-T put together called The Art of Rap. That's another good one. It's many of them. But see, I give y'all some homework. And y'all can see. I will give you homework, man. And you'll see where we was in that time. These artists that everybody's saying so dusty now. These were some of the hottest dudes out at the time. We loved them. They was known all over the world. Popular, popping, doing their thing. The best in the game. But if you don't know their history, you're not going to appreciate that. Go watch a movie called Beat Street. Go watch Crush Groove with Run DMC and the Fat Boys. See? Nayeli says, what? You on a documentary? Yeah, it's shocking, ain't it? They usually avoid me. No, Ice-T is called The Art of Rap. Unless The Art of Bars is something different. I lived through a lot of the history. That's why I know it. But a lot of stuff I didn't know till later on. I found out a lot of stuff I still don't know. You still learning. When you learn that history, you'll never disrespect those who suffered, man. People dying broke. Rappers who was on top of the world, touring all around the world, doing shows, selling millions of records, and then years later, they working on regular jobs. Shouldn't be that way, man. And if academic studies history, that should humble him to say, well, you know what, let me not be so rude and disrespectful. Because it could be you. Bobby Kang, what advice do you have for younger conscious artists? Stand on the message first. That's the advice. Stand on the message. The message will outlast any of the other BS that comes along. Don't crack under the pressure that people will put you under, because as a conscious artist, you're going to people think that just those mainstream big name artists, that they be under a lot of pressure to keep doing this, and labels won't. Nah, conscious artists be under pressure too, because you're fighting against a system that refuses to let you get your message out on a broad scale. They're constantly suppressing your message, your information, because they don't want the people to wake up. They want to keep the people dumb. So they want to keep the type of stuff academics is talking about drilled in people's mind, where you're only important if you got money. Then you're going to come under pressure from people around you to say, well, man, you know, you ain't going to make no money doing that. You need to come on, man. You need to make a song. You need to make a club song, man. All that conscious stuff here, you know, you're going to come under pressure. Stand on the message. And if you're going to make conscious rap, it ain't saying that you're a perfect person, but you got to believe in what you're talking about. And you got to understand that it's a harder road. You can't say I'm gonna be a conscious rapper and then think that you're necessarily gonna be winning Grammys. It could happen, who knows? But that type of rap, you know, if you in it for that, you're not really a conscious rapper. Menelik says the message is supposed to elevate the people. That's right. Music is supposed to generate an energy in us. Music is supposed to turn up the knob inside of your essence and bring you to life. It's supposed to make you, as they say, vibrate on a higher frequency. Not drive you to go out and kill nobody. Not cause you to go out and try this drug because it's a popular song where they rapping about it. Not make you so desperate for material things that you want to go out and rob and steal from people and ruin your life, because they gonna get you. You're either gonna get retaliated on or you're gonna get arrested. Let's see what we got, man. I'm just reading some of y'all stuff, man. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Click it now. Yeah, Century, I mean, even hip hop is rooted. I saw a clip of some guys in the 40s, back in the 1940s, and they was rapping. The dude was, he was rapping. So ain't nothing new under the sun. But when we talk about hip hop, we mean hip hop in the form that we recognize it today. We know everything originates from something else. And some brothers started that too. Yeah. When mass appeal is dead weight, the masses should be taking extra classes. Walaikum salam, Osama. Chicago up in this thing. And you got to keep eye on your children, man. Last but not least, you got to keep a close watch on your children, man. And make sure they're not being poisoned by their thought process. He ain't got no money. Little girls too. Because little girls get influenced. Girl, he got money. You need to get with him, girl. He got money. You're only important if you got money. Little boys, little girls. Oh, the girls like money? Let me do what I can to get some money. What you gonna do? I might sell some dope. I might go jacking and robbing. I might start scamming. I gotta get some money. It's all a cycle. It's all a cycle, man. Johnny Lynch says, I'm from Zawali. I came to the SPC anniversary. Did you enjoy yourself, Johnny? Did we meet? Did me and you talk? Did you introduce yourself to your brother? Johnny? Did you have a good time? I'm asking you two questions. Did you have a good time at the SPC 35-year anniversary? And did me and you exchange pleasantries? Y'all missed a great show. Okay, that's what's up, Johnny. Salute, man. Zawali. Yeah, I do remember you because I told you that we did a show in Zawali one time. That was you? When I said, man, we came out there years ago, we did a show in Zawali. I had never heard of that before. Zawali, Louisiana. I don't even remember how we ended up out there, but we did a show out there one time. Appreciate you coming all the way down, man, for the show, man. Had a good time. Hey, y'all, don't ever look at anybody in the streets. Oh, man, look at him. Look at her. We don't know people's backstories. We don't know their origin stories. We don't know their history, man. We don't know how they got to where you see them now. But I can guarantee you, it's so many great, great, great people walking among us every day that's so dusty. But these people are geniuses. You're talking about scholars and scientists and doctors and attorneys and ex-great athletes. And you sit down and talk to people, you will be amazed at their stories. See? I want y'all to go listen to one of my favorite songs, man, of all time. We talking about the pioneers. This song came from a brother who just passed away about a year or two ago. His name is Jimmy Spicer. Put it in the thing real quick. His name is Jimmy Spicer. And he got a song called Super Rhymes. That's one of the songs I fell in love with when I was a little cat. Because Super Rhymes came out in like 1980. You talking about great storytelling. I'm giving y'all some homework before I go. Go listen to Super Rhymes, man. And you'll get to hear one of the original great storytellers in rap. Another one I want y'all to go listen to. Another dusty rap group I want y'all to go listen. I can't believe that dude said that, man. I want you to go listen to a group called Jekyll and Hyde. They had a song called, hold on. They had a song called The Freshest Rhymes in the World. I want y'all to go listen to that. Amir said the Cold Crush Brothers. I saw somebody put the Ghetto Boys up in here. See, pioneering, as it has stretched. So you got the early pioneers. Then you have pioneers that came along later that broke ground in different regions that deserve just as much homage. So the Ghetto Boys fall directly into that category. You're talking about a group that's been out 35, 40 years and broke ground in this region, in the southern region, based out of Houston, but really the first rap group from the South to ever just bust out like that, and created the vision of possibility in the rest of our minds and in different states in the southern region. That wow, they did it. Like wow, they really did it. Because we remember all the hate we would get from other areas because they felt like we couldn't rap. Pay homage, man. DJ Magic Mike, Dale the Funky Homo Sapien, Hieroglyphics. Come on, man. Y'all dropping it, man. Poor Righteous Teachers. Rock This Funky Joint. JJ Fad. Gangstar. Y'all just done turn this into an old school shout out session. Let's do it then. We're gonna pay homage to them. Yeah, hold on, let me put mine in that in, because y'all know one of my favorites of all time. Y'all know me. Tila Rock. Tila Rock, man. Kumo D. I spelled D wrong, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. See, God Status said Egyptian Lover. See, y'all might not know about Egyptian Lover. Egypt is the place to be. So y'all might not know about Egyptian Lover. So I went to the store and bought that record. What is a DJ if he can't scratch? What is an MC if he can't rap? What is a beat without a live clap? Well, I can do it all, baby, just like that. So y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all know nothing about that. Hold on, Nice and Smooth. Somebody said nice. That's one of my favorite groups of all time. Nice and Smooth. Love Nice and Smooth, man. Dead Prayers, KRS-One, my all-time favorite. That's right, Andre Harrell. We know Andre Harrell as the record executive, but he was a rapper. He was in the group Jekyll and Hyde. I told y'all to go watch Crush Groove. Y'all will see Andre Harrell. Y'all will see Jekyll and Hyde in the Crush Groove movie. They were two dudes dressed up in the three-piece suits. All the history is there. I haven't heard RBL Posse in a long time. I haven't heard that name in a long time. Brand Nubian, Special Ed, Esham. Gotta salute Mr. 3-2. That's hometown. Tyrone Black says, man, I'm from Boston. I have been following you since 94. Man, appreciate that, Tyrone. T Blizzle, Run DMC, Grandmaster Flash, Rodeo and Joe Cooley, man. West Coast, stand up. The Coop, ain't heard that name in a long time. SPC, definitely underrated. Man. Nayeli, peace, sis. Bismarck. So I was blessed to be around some of these cats when I was a young cat, just going to concerts and kind of like, you might slip in on some backstage action here and there. You might kind of be just lingering around. You show up early while they're doing a sound check. You're like, oh man, that's Bismarcky. Wow, that's Kumo D. I've seen a lot of these dudes in person, man. Some of my favorite rappers. Nemesis. I saw a clip of Tila Rock. Looked like it was recent. He was on the street. They had some equipment hooked up. And he was out there rapping It's Yours. Still sound the same. Tila Rock in his 60s now. Rapping Forte. Man, come on, man. Sibo. Cool G Rap. Boy, y'all dropping Grand Poobah, Wise Intelligent, Third Base, Nutso. I tried to battle Search from Third Base one time when I was young. They did a show, and he was in the back. He was outside. I don't know if they was outside smoking or whatever it was. And I slipped back there and I challenged him to a battle. But he was like, man, get out of here. I was serious though. UTFO, man. One of my favorite groups, man. Love UTFO. RIP to the brother Kango, man. Kango, man. Kango, Doc Ice. RIP to the educated rapper. Two of they rappers is gone. And nobody left but Doc Ice and Mixmaster Ice, the DJ. Big Pun. RIP to Big Pun. Nutso. Man. What's up, Torrance? Back in Milwaukee. Glad you came down. See, the South Park Coalition 35, man, we had people from everywhere, bro. It was people from everywhere. We just got through telling you. My brother came down from Zawali, Louisiana. Y'all ain't even heard that place. Y'all see T. Taylor on there? He came all the way down from Milwaukee. We had people out there from Oklahoma, Alabama. My brother Brian came down from Flint, Michigan. Come on, man. There's some places I'm forgetting. Curtis Blow. What's up, Dollar Bill? Dollar Bill, y'all. We gonna pay homage, man. We gonna pay homage to these dusty pioneers, like he liked to call them. If it wasn't for them dusty pioneers, you wouldn't be here. X-Clan. Shout out to Brother J. Brother J, what you say? Smith and Wesson, E40. We gonna shout out, man. We gonna give love. Boot Camp Click. That's Louisiana, right? Yeah. EPMD. Big Mellow. H-Town. So I need to ask, is Gangsta Nip still rapping? Yeah. Nip got so much stuff out, man. Look, this is Nip's YouTube. His YouTube channel. Go check out his YouTube channel. Nip's still killing it out here. Oh man, Tribe Called Quest. See, look at that. Woo, MC Breed. Man, boy, y'all dropping. We gonna pay homage. Soldier Slim, Joe Budden, G Slim, the Ghetto Boys, DRS. Well, y'all dropping them, man. Big Boy Records. Ladies Fresh, golly. Dayton Family, oh man. Roxanne Shante, whoo wee. You about to shut it down with Shante, man. Shante is a monster, man. Y'all go, man, go on YouTube. I can't even say it. Go on YouTube and listen to that battle between Roxanne Shante and Sparky D from way back in the 80s. They was going at it. I'm trying to tell you, man. Wicked Cricket, that's my OG. Can y'all see this picture right here? Look where this pen is pointing at. Y'all see that picture right there on my wall? That's who Queen Hardy is talking about. I think. You talking about Wicked Cricket? That picture right there, that guy on my wall right there that I'm pointing to with this pen, that's one of the OG founding fathers of rap in the city of Houston, man. One of my big influences growing up. That's why he on my wall. The great Wicked Cricket. Camouflage. Lupe, Razcast, Planet Asia. The Treacherous Three. Special K and LA. In the lives of the coolest of the cool moldy. Heavy D. Slug. Who you talking about? Slug from Atmosphere? Straight out. Gregory D. See, look, everybody know Manny Fresh, but boys don't remember Gregory D. Gregory D and Manny was linked up together back in the days before Manny even was with Cash Money. Gregory D, man. Wow. Wow. Hold on, man. Let me see. I don't want to miss none of y'all. MC Light, Dana Dane, Top Authority, Houdini, Scarface, Moni Love. Appreciate the love, Triple C. Slick Rick, I'm Shantae. Go listen to a song by Roxanne Shante called Have a Nice Day. Kid and Play. Jazzy Red. So you from H-Town, you mentioned Jazzy Red. Audio 2. Yeah, we going to pay homage. We going to always show love. Any young people up in this chat, y'all got homework. Y'all pull up all these names that you ain't familiar with and go listen to them. Yeah. Tupac with Digital Underground. He took Pac back before Pac was Pac. MC Shan. Come on, man. You can't never disrespect these cats here, man. Can't disrespect these OGs, man. Would none of this be here? MC Shan, man. AC Chill, my brother. South Park Coalition right there. What's up, Jacory? I see you up in this thing. Cannabis. MF Doom, Fiend. Nucleus. Ooh, EDJ hit him with one right there, boy. When he hit him with that Nucleus, boy. That Jam on It. Y'all don't know nothing about that Jam on It. And Cosmo D. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Street Military, H-Town. Criss Cross. Marley Marl, Furious 5. God status. You trying to say Willie D? Just Ice. Wow. Steady B. King T. I was with King T a couple of months ago at the Kids Jam reunion. See, King T used to DJ out here in Houston at a radio station called Kids Jam, KTSU. Back in the days, they was one of the first radio stations that was playing hip hop and that would allow local hip hop rappers, hip hop artists to come in and play their music. That's what we first was played on any radio, was on Kids Jam. And King T used to DJ back in the days for that radio station. He used to call, his name was Terry T back in the days before he went to the West Coast. Stetson Sonic, come on, Pontiac. Ooh, Stetson Sonic, man. Look, homework assignment. Go listen to a song by Stetson Sonic called On Fire. We on fire. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Go listen to On Fire by Stetson Sonic and watch what happened to you. The Biggie and Bone Thugs collab, yeah, that was dope. Cypress Hill. Who we forgetting, man? Master Ace and Craig G, The Symphony. Too Short. Somebody we forgetting, man. MC8. Yeah, man. Mac 10, the Jungle Brothers. Wow. That Jungle Brothers was nice, man. Belly Dancing Dana. Boy, you should have seen her. Sugar T. That's E40's sister, Sugar T. He going all the way back to Blowfly on these boys, man. We might well put Dolomite in there then. If that's the case, might put my boy Rudy Ray in there. Spoonie G, Schoolie D, Lady of Rage, one of the greatest, most underrated of all time. CMW, Compton Most Wanted. Ice-T, Yo-Yo, Do or Die, Prodigy from Mobb Deep. Come on now, we know about Rakim. We know Rakim, the God himself. King Son. King Son used to sound a little bit like Rakim back in the days. Gotta give Flavor Flav his props. MC Hammer, give him his props. Crucial Conflict, No Limit. Ice Cube and the Lynch Mob. DOC, give DOC his props. Give Mia X her props. YMCA. I don't think I'm up on that one. Man, this dude done said Mantronics. This dude done said Mantronics. Dude. All right, homework assignment. Amir, boy, you killing it. Go listen to Mantronics. Fresh is the word. Y'all remember Fresh is the word? Come on, man. I know y'all remember. All y'all old folks in this chat, y'all remember Fresh is the word. MCT, when he was rapping with Mantronics. See, what people don't know, Mantronics had, he did a lot of Tila Rock's music. See, I was a big Mantronics fan because I was a big Tila Rock fan. But he was also doing MCT. But I first heard Mantronics when I was listening to Back to Burn by Tila Rock and This Beat Kicks. Whistle. Hey man, Amir, man, who are you? Paris on the West Coast. Consciousness. AZ. Boys be sleeping on AZ. AZ used to rap with Nas back in the day, but see, AZ, he don't get his props though. He don't get the props. Jazz. See, now when you talk about jazz, man, you talk about jazz that used to be with Jay-Z, that dude was great. I ain't gonna say was, he still is great. Granddaddy IU, Most Def, man, Quick, D.A. Smart, one of the greatest conscious rappers we ever had. Wu-Tang. What's DITC? My initial game is real weak tonight. What's DITC? Oh, digging in the crates. Okay, my bad. Joey said you got me doing push-ups. Yeah, we gonna pay homage. We don't disrespect no pioneers out here, man. We gonna pump them up. Force MCs meets the Fat Boy. Who else we got? Cool G Rap, Tech Nine, Cool G Rap, man. Wow. Guru, Nate Dogg, the Skinny Boys. See, when the Fat Boys came out a long time ago, some cats came out a little bit. They was the Skinny Boys. See, people don't remember the Skinny Boys. Hold on, Marty. Marty done shut the game down again. The Manipulator. Whoo! So you got to be 45 and up to know know about the Manipulator, man. That beat. Remember that beat? Y'all go listen to a song called The Manipulator, man. MANIPU later. Come on, man. Funky 4 plus one more. Yeah, because y'all ain't said Chirac yet. We talking about female MCs. This is like the matriarch of female MCs, man. Chirac. Jazzo, yeah. Mr. Night Owl. I don't think I heard of him. Fifth Ward Boys. Gangsta Nip. Supersonic. JJ Fad, man, don't sleep. Don't disrespect the lady pioneers. What's your song, Queen Hardy? What song you talking about? You say my song. What song is that? Robbo said it should be a standard procedure for new rappers to go prove they've done the research. Yeah, it's like go get a driver's license or go get, you got to pass the bar exam to be an attorney. It got to be some certain curriculum that you have to be familiarized with to get your rap certificate. Lord Finesse, AG, Big L, Fat Joe, man, Styles P, Pharaoh Munch. Come on, man. MANIPU later. Big Daddy, one of my favorites. Let's keep it old school, y'all. Bushwick Bill, Davey, DMX, Wu-Tang, EPMD. Y'all hit me with somebody. Oh, I was just about to say, y'all hit me with somebody that ain't nobody said yet. And soon as I said that, Red Sanford came in there with that Freddie Fox. Boy, y'all don't understand how hard Freddie Fox is. Y'all do not. Let me get your homework assignment real quick. It's a song by KRS-One and Freddie Fox. It's called Rough. I think it's Rough, Two Roughs. Go listen to that song and listen to how hard Freddie Fox is. Freddie Fox, man. Jadakiss, DJ Aladdin, Twister, Above the Law. Come on, man. The Freeze Force. Do or Die. Tommy Wright, man. Salute to Tommy Wright. Grand Poobah, Black Star. Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, you doggone right. Go listen to Brand New Funk by Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. D Nice, that's right. Redman, Davey D. Man, come on, man. Y'all putting them out, man. Bumpy Knuckles, yeah, that's Freddie Fox, man. Klondike Cat. See, anytime y'all mention one of my brothers, it's gonna instant salute. Going Way Back by Just Ice. You know, I'm a big KRS-One fan, so you know I love that. Mix a Lot. That's right. 3 Times Dope. Ooh, y'all putting them out, boy. Y'all remember a female rapper named Antoinette? LA Dream Team. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all remember a female rapper named Antoinette? They used to call her like a female Rakim. She was real lyrical. Bobby Jimmy. Bobby Jimmy was like Weird Al, but in rap. He would like remake, he'd do like parodies and stuff. Yeah, man. Antoinette was hard. Cream, what you said your song was? You never did answer that question. Boom, 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 boom. Y'all don't know what that is, even though Amir just said it. 24K, it's a Dutch rap group, okay. Dougie Fresh, come on, man. South Circle, Crime Boss, H-Town. So y'all know I grew up with Crime Boss. See, people don't know that. That's my homie. Even though he dissed me on the record one time. Rob Bass. Miss Melody, respect. Murder One, salute. Mac Dre. I don't really do reviews, Bobby. I don't really do reviews. Not my thing. I don't listen to a lot of rap music. I know all this old stuff. I don't really know a lot of the new stuff. Rapping Duke. Yeah, man. Hit me with one. Hit me with one I ain't seen, man. Hit me with one that's gonna mess my head up. So far, y'all messed my head up with a few of them. Spice One, the East Bay Gangster, Mo Preem, ain't that's Pac brother? Hit me with one that's gonna mess my head up, man. When y'all said Freddie Fox, Mantronics, There's a few other ones y'all said that just knocked me out. Cottonmouth from Dallas. Boy, y'all hitting them Dallas legends. DOC. Appreciate that, Gregory. Fearless Sport. Player Fly. Respect. Big Mike. H-Town by way of Louisiana. Lil Kiki, of course. Come on now. The legend, Lil Kiki. Y'all hit me one that's gonna send me away, man. Hit me one that's gonna end the live. That's gonna shut the live down. I've been holding y'all all night. I want y'all to come with one that just gonna make me flip backwards in this chair. I'm just gonna flip all the way backwards like I'm taking a Nestea plunge. If y'all old, if y'all naming all these groups, y'all old enough to know what the Nestea plunge is. JJ Fab been getting a lot of votes on here. Yeah, Cottonmouth was from Dallas. He's a monster. He's a legend out there. Hit me with that big one, man. That one that's gonna make me go, ah! Man. Today, Baby Bash birthday. Salute to the homie Bash, man. Spoony G. We seeing a lot of the same ones now. It got to be one. Got to be one. I don't have nobody in my head either. Hit the like button if y'all haven't. We're not gonna let nobody disrespect the pioneers, man, and go unmentioned. Come on, man. Nah, I don't have a glass of OJ, but I got some cookies in there waiting for me. I'm ready to get to them. I just want to see if y'all gonna hit me with that one name that's gonna just make me dive out this chair head first. Killer Priest. If a dude raps so good, it make you do a whistle. You're like, Killer Priest, you go. That's when you know somebody cold. You can't see me like. Seen Special Ed, seen KRS-One, seen Rakim. They said Stetsasonic, so that's Daddy-O. Y'all starting to throw singles in there. I don't know. It's just getting dry. Melanie, hey Melanie, why you sporting the globe? I put that globe is up there just for you. All the flat earthers that slip into my chat, I make sure that y'all see my globe. You ain't the first or the last to ask that question. I answer it the same way every time. That's your globe. That belongs to you. Queen Latifah, Mo D, y'all trying. I don't have nobody in my mind. If somebody come to my mind and I'll think of y'all pretty much done hit all of the legends back in the day. I'm trying to think of somebody. Mo D, Tila Rock. Ooh, that boy say Capadonna, man. Bambaata's a pioneer, man. Can't take that away. Cool Keith. Outcast. Appreciate that, Andre. Appreciate that. Thank you, man. Y'all go get my new album. And go get the comic book. Let me do a commercial before I go. How many of y'all have not ordered the comic book yet? Have not. Didn't know about it and have not, or knew about it and have not yet. the show of hands or whatever. Willie D, y'all, my brother. Big L. If y'all didn't know I had a comic book dropping, me and my brother Dollar Bill, thanks to my brother Dollar Bill, y'all go order the comic book. What's the website? Dollar Bill, hold on. I think I got it. I think I got it. Okay, all right, there it is. If y'all want to order the new K-Rino comic book, this is where you go. That's it. I think I did it right. It's based on my song, The Galactic Quest for the Mystic 10 volumes, produced by Martial Arts Productions. Go get the comic book right now. I'm looking for that one name that's going to shut it down. See what I'm saying? Y'all didn't know. Tyrone Black, like, what? Comic book? Where? See? Get the comic book, the album. Go to that website I just typed in, and you'll see what we got. Walsh Ness. As soon as I get off of here, I'm going to remember somebody that's big. Name 3 members of Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five besides Melly Mel and Grandmaster Flash. 3 more rappers. Grand Wizard Theodore. Ooh. Lisa, you going way back. What about Casanova? Okay, that's Scorpio. They already hit with that manipulator, Broderick. 3 copies of the comic book, Lester. Cool Herc, respect. MC Thick. Cowboy. 2. Oh, man. Yeah, exactly. I just did a YouTube clip for the comic book. But y'all go to their website, y'all see what's going down. Did y'all name the 3rd member of Grandmaster Flash and Furious 5? That is Raheem, Kid Creole, and Cowboy. Yeah, man. We'll end it on that note, man. Who is Duke Booty? Dookie Booty? Duke Booty? Who was that? What? Peace, Pierre. Respect, man. God is great. What's up, Marty Mar? What you got going? I'll meet up with you tomorrow. Hit me on Facebook, Marty. We'll link up tomorrow. Meet me at the flea market. I'll come up there. Or I'll come to you. You in the hood? If you in the hood, Marty, I'll come to you. When G-Rap strikes the mic, I recite the type of hype that you like to make the people unite. Look, I done gave y'all all these homework assignments. Y'all go watch Hip Hop Evolution on Netflix. Watch the episode called The Southern Way. They be sneaking me in some stuff, y'all. They be sneaking me in some stuff sometimes. Y'all seen the new TV show on Netflix called Mo? Y'all ever seen Mo? It's a new show on Netflix called Mo. It's based in Houston. The guy, the main character, he's from Houston. He's from the A-Leaf area. They got some of your Big Brother music playing on there. See? Michelle Woods, Eternally Bliss. Yeah, see, man, y'all hitting it, man. Yeah, that's homework assignment. Hip hop, man, look how I spell evolution. I ought to be ashamed of myself. Hip hop evolution. Y'all disregard my typo. I want y'all thinking I'm dumb. I might be dumb, but I ain't stupid. DJ Screw. You can't find martial arts productions. Martial arts productions with a Z at the end. That might be why you can't find it. It's martial arts productions with a Z on productions dot space. MC Shadi. That's the one I needed right there, man. All right, Pierre. Respect y'all. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I got some cookies that's calling my name. Peace and love, man.